So we finally said goodbye once and for all to Mr. Echo. Good knowing you, sir. I'm honestly not going to miss you. It's changed, hasn't it? And I am absolutely in love with everything that's been happening back here. I can't wait to do the big reveal video, and I've actually rented a gimbal. A lot of these things that people have been saying that you don't need a gimbal or don't rely on one. But I'm like, it seems cool. I've rented a couple of things over the past couple weeks, and it's been really fun to be creative again. I think that it's something that I wish I had done when I started. It's akin to finding your favorite like program to work in, like whether it's Premiere or Final Cut or Resolve or Photoshop or Sketch or GIMP. Like when you find that program, like then you can be amazingly creative. And I feel like it's been that way for me with my studio. Obviously, it's not done yet. It's we're still in the process of sort of staging the entire thing, but it feels it, and I am so enthused. I am so filled with motivation to just do it, and it's been such an amazing experience. I feel like I'd alluded to whoops I'd alluded to before I had alluded to before the fact that this house has been one of the like biggest toys I've ever had. And this studio is sort of a microcosm of that with all the things that I've tried out. And it's really gotten me interested in the like how to run a studio, like how to find the intersection of like videography, streaming with a standing desk. And that's been really tough because I've had to well, it hasn't been tough. It's allowed me to be creative because I have like things just hanging off of my desk. I've had to take I can't like have certain pieces of equipment in certain places. I can't assume that I will always be in one place because, I could just press a button and all of a sudden everything starts to change. And I haven't done this before, so this probably the umbrella over there, the umbrella in the back is kind of like not having it, but like just being able to change the layout on a whim, creating sort of a mock boom because I didn't want anything in the screen. It's been so awesome, and I've had so much fun with it. The gimbal, for instance, like we have so many videos. Like now that the echo is gone, and I don't have to worry about like the echo and that bothering me because it actually was really bothering me for a while. Now that I don't have to worry about it, there's so many videos that I want to make, and I realize I'm a little bit late with this one. I'm really looking forward to making videos about finally going over like the process of LASIK, what happened. It's been a little over 5 weeks since I've gotten my eyes done, and I've seemingly gotten used to everything that's happened. There's still some points where I feel like um, there's a glow or there's a halo, but maybe it was always that way since I have like this. I have bad visual memory. The only thing that still kind of throws me off at this point is that when I have I used to have prescription sunglasses and I've replaced the lenses back to their normal ones, right? And so now when I put my sunglasses on, it's like my eyes assume that they're corrective lenses. So when I take them off, I feel like I have to put my corrective lenses back on, which I don't have to do. So the aforementioned gimbal, I've been having a lot of fun with that, just taking pictures of like before and after. Can't wait to do the video introducing you all to the new house, to all the redecoration, all the decoration that's been happening around here. So much fun. I've gotten so interested in like lighting. Like this is an aperture. I believe this is the The F1. Yeah, this is the Aperture. I believe this is the Aperture F1, and I've gotten interested in so much creative technology, and this is sort of a level of interest that I didn't have, that I kind of wish I had when I was starting to get into photography. Like I owned what was it, a Rebel XT back in 2006, and I kind of had a Flickr account that I used. I took a lot of pictures of cats in my car at the time, but I never really got into sort of the like how do you improve the craft. I mainly used a kit lens, and like it was like, yeah, I have a DSLR. That's all I need, right? No, it wasn't. Now it's not really that way, and I've been having so much fun with playing with this. Actually, I have another. If you can see it right there, another one of these powering the backlight that I've been using for the last couple of videos, and it's been so much fun, and it's kind of actually changed my what I'm excited about. I've been talking to a bunch of people about this, and I'm kind of exploring trying to do creative technology from a streamer standpoint. Since I've been streaming for 5 years at this point. Yeah, I've been streaming for about 5 years at this point, and like why not supply some insight over like how to combine like a cinematographer or videographer or vlogger's sense with that of a streamer. I've been learning so much about the craft that is videography, and that's been really fun. I plan to continue that. I want to continue that. I want to I want to feel like I have some way to be able to experiment with it, and I've been having a lot of fun creating or at least the prospect of creating YouTube videos lately, being able to explore all of this stuff, whereas with a stream it seems a lot more locked down, because if you have, it's like public speaking, right? If I'm just this is me practicing PowerPoint, to to my screen, to myself. This is like me practicing PowerPoint to myself. You might not ever see this could be cut, and so I'm presenting the material in a different way, trying to practice it, trying to hone it, to get it to be something I like. And then streaming is like actually doing the public speaking and being in front of everybody. And even though they're just names on my monitor, you still get that sense like you have 30 people watching you, and you don't want to change things up. You don't want to be weird, or maybe, well, I don't want to be weird. And so it's been it's a lot less fluid. I mean, for me at least, I'd like to change that. I'd like to be able to experiment and kind of take that forward, which is a very big big it's a very big change for my content. I've been making a lot of changes, at least in here, with how I'll approach coming back to streaming next week. And I don't know if it's going to hold out like that. I could very well just sit back down and say, "Hey, everybody," and do exactly the same thing. But as I was telling my brother-in-law before we saw Endgame, oh, Endgame. After I was talking to him about like how I didn't want to just, you know, come back to all of this after 5 months, telling everybody that I've learned all of this stuff, which I have. And just go back to what I always did. I don't think that works for me anymore. And I think this is just sort of a natural progression through content creation in general, through being an influencer. This was going to change, but this is not just like a game change. This is not going from like I'm doing variety to I'm doing Mega Man and speedrunning to I'm doing FF14. This is something more fundamental about how I create content, and like a focus on production value, and a focus on like just being myself, which is weird to say because it's like I always feel like I've been myself, but like this new form of myself, it's not so much being scared now. As I said in my last video, it's like the trepidation of like, will this all work? Will I revert? I think my community knows enough about where I'm coming from, and I've made enough changes and my comfort level and how I approach things. Um, I didn't announce this on social media because I didn't feel the need to, but I was actually re-invited to the FF14 Shadowbringers media tour. Well, re-invited to a media tour, and like I completely thought of like I'm approaching it differently. I'm approaching it so much differently than I did 2 years ago, and it puts a smile on my face, kind of, because like I feel like uh, it's a sign of growth. It's a sign of like figuring out where I fit in the world, and that fit is the culmination of everything that makes me me. I posted a tweet showing off. Let me see if I can get this. I posted a tweet about how this thing, the 2006 South by Southwest Web Award, when I guess I don't even know if these are still a thing now, but I posted a tweet about this. And there was a friend of mine who like was like, I didn't know you had that. That's amazing. And I mean, like I look back at it and you know, I was still learning. It was like maybe given to me too early. Actually, I don't know. I guess it's always too early if you're forever learning. But this sparks joy. This is a great moment in my career where I felt like it was validation. But a lot of you don't know that this existed. And the only reason that it holds any value to you is because it says South by Southwest on it. You know what that means. You know that's the big music festival, or where Twitter became popular, or something like that. Like having lived through all of that, um, I talk about Facebook all the time and GitHub. Like living through all of this, like I've run away from it, and I'm not going to anymore. Like the Brian that comes back next week is the complete edition. Well, it's like this isn't even my final form. And next week might not be my final form, but it's going to be what I think will evolve into it. Maybe it's just I just don't give a shit anymore. It's like I'm done playing the game. I'm done. It's like I was like that in the web when Internet Explorer 7 came out. And everybody was like, "Oh, you gotta." I was spending so much time fixing IE6 bugs that IE7 came out, and I was one of the first guys out there. And I was like, "My blog doesn't work in IE6 anymore." And people were like, "What?" Like, yeah. But what I didn't do is I didn't act on those things. I wasn't loud about them. I'm like, yeah, this is what I'm doing. Okay, this is cool. I'm just gonna go in my corner, and that's it. No longer. Recorded now, so you guys can hold me to it. You can link this video and other videos that I do, or in my Twitch chat, and be like, you said this, Brian. You said it in a video. It's on the internet. It has to be true. And you can hold me to it. I can't wait to come back to content creation. I can't wait to create videos in a space that I am truly fucking proud of. And that will only get better with time, and as I grow into it, becomes less of a showroom piece and more of a home. I can't wait to see what's next. I can't wait to do more YouTube videos and stream differently and present content differently and do things that I never thought I would do and have fun with gadgets that I never thought I'd have fun with. Maybe test them. Maybe get sponsored. Getting ahead of myself. But hey, this isn't the first video I'm doing this week. We'll do another one. And probably over my thoughts of the fact that I'm heading to The Borderlands event tomorrow. Shh, nobody knows. We'll talk after that. I'll see you later.